Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Life in Oman. So today we're going to do something that is new for me. I've always wanted to do this, but I haven't found a strong motive to do it. So now I'm up to it. So this is what we're gonna do. I've got these jerry cans, some pre-cut, that I'm going to create this little ecosystem. So this one I've started about 3 weeks ago. This is a 5-gallon bottles, you see them. So what we've done with this 5-gallon bottle is I've got my food scraps inside there. I've got some leaves from the garden. I've got some boxes. I got stuff in there, and I've been doing it for a little bit. So this greenish is sort of from yesterday. At the bottom, I get this tea. They call it tea, warm tea from the worms. Okay, so you can see the fresh scraps. So I want to do this in a bigger scale. So now I have these big bottles that I'm going to be doing for my garden. I've just collected a little bit of this from the guy cleaning up my garden. You can see I've got this melon, watermelon that's been going on for about almost 2 months, okay? And it seems to be doing good. I got some bumblebees doing their job here. And they're doing a good job, actually. So I've seen little melons, some of them, you know, as big as this. Some of them are long. They're all just coming along. So as time goes by, we will see this part of it. But today I'm going to be talking about this. So the liquid fertilizer that will come out of here will eventually go here and help get this area fertilized. This used to be a tree that was kumquat mixed with something. So kumquat died. Whatever other orange plant is still there. My lemons now having leaves, and I've seen a few lemons here, like somewhere this little guy here, and there are several. This one we're gonna cut down, reduce as much as possible, and start fertilizing it. Next year I want a good yield from out of here, so that's what we're doing. The date palm you can see now has nothing. All right, and this side I've got this guy cutting the grass, so I'll be taking the grass chipping and keeping some of it for circulating on my plant. All right, so he's just got this cut today, you can see, and as you go you get to parts where he is not yet cut. There you go. Right, so we'll be doing this, and our mango is completely finished now. There's nothing in there, just new leaves starting to come out. All right, so from the grass over there I've kept this one, so I'm going to take this over, about almost 5 gallon. I'm going to take this over and put on the other side, and I'll use this for my creating my own stuff. All right, compost. So these are going to be my compost bins, okay, and I'm excited about that, and you'll see the results of this will go. But when I open this later on, you'll see what has already happened. So the plan now is I've got 3 of these plastics. Wherever I got them, they had holes in places I didn't want, so I've already filled those holes up, okay. And so what will end up happening is I will have holes here, okay, and so that whatever I put inside will start falling out through these holes. However, since I have 3, one of them will have no holes, or at least will have this much area to collect tea, okay. So I have already started this. I've started the process of making the holes, and so the tea that will come from here will eventually go here. All right. So basically I've got about a 5 mm, okay, I've got a 5 mm drill bit, and I'm going up here and making holes. As you can see here, I'm making these holes to create sort of like a sieve, so that it's easy for stuff to flow and go through. All right, so that's what the thing looks like. Sort of like a sieve, so that things from this layer will go down to the bottom layer. So now what will happen is that this one with the sieve will come on top of this. All right, will come on top of this. On this one, I would have at the bottom, probably right about here. Okay, right about here, yeah, I'll have a spout. Okay, so this spout will start pouring out the tea. So if I was to put this up here, maybe like that, and sitting right here, I would have a spout somewhere about here, yeah. So as the tea comes up, I will start using the tea. From what I've seen, if you're using only home stuff, the tea is so strong that you do, let's say, 1 cup to about 12 or 13 cups. Okay, 1 mug, 12, 13 mugs. You have to dilute. It's going to be so strong. So that's what I'll have. So initially what I will do is I will already have the tea that's there. I have about this much tea, okay, that I'll put up here. But before I put it up here, I will put all this stuff through here. I will pour the tea through here, and it'll come up there. And as it goes, it'll help whatever is inside here, okay? It'll help whatever is, inside here to process faster. So we've got browns, we've got greens, and I'll be having greens from the house as we go. All right, so this will be the first 2. Eventually, I'll have this 3rd one done, and the process will continue. So now I'm gonna go up here to drill and put a spout. So after looking for a while, this is what I found. This is gonna be the spout. It's gonna go in here. And when we need it, we open to get the tea. When we finish, we stop. I bought this probably about 5-6 years ago, intentions of making some nice tea jugs. Hasn't happened. So now the irony is we're gonna have tea, but it's gonna be warm tea for the garden, not tea for us to drink. All right. So yeah. So that's where I'm gonna drill it. So I have this progressive drill bit that I'll be using to make my work easy. So I can see here that we are at number 12 is where I need to be. Okay, I don't know if it'll show it, but number 12 is where we need to be. 14 might be too big. So we'll try 12. If necessary, we'll go to 14 mm, right? So, like I say, a little bit up, so we can always tilt it down to get the tea we want. All right, and also we need some clearance anyway. All right, so we'll go right about there. So center, we'll go around there and start drilling very quickly to enter the first 2 levels. So I need to be careful. That was too quick. We're almost there. I have a feeling that if I push it, it'll go, but we're going to go to the next one. That's it. So that was actually 14. So we went to 14 to get that. All right, so that's 14. So 14 gets a spout easy in. I do have a rubber piece here that will keep the stuff from coming out. I'm going to put this, and I do have threading. That's the funny part. So doing it at 14 is actually done a good job, because you'll see that this part's good, but the other one I have to use threading. So it's going to be pretty tight. Screwing this in, and let's see. Yeah, it's righty-tighty. So we're going to get it righty-tighty in there. I've injured. We're late here with videos because I injured my shoulder. So really, I can't push too much with this. I'm going to get help with the thread because I need to go deeper inside without making a bigger hole. Okay. All right. I just discovered something. So I have two of these bits, right? So this one here is done in mm. And this is metric, and this is what US terms. So this is in inches. So for what I need, that little extra hole, I will use this to get that little extra hole so that my shoulders don't have a problem. So it's good to have just stuff laying around. Though we've used this many times on bicycle frames to open up the holes in bicycle frames. Okay, so that's it. Let's get done. All right, so we'll go to the American terms here, and I just want to go just one in. That's it. That's it. That's just it. Hopefully, to make my job easy. And yes, that's it. So I'm having the threading go in. It's nicely squeezing it. Fantastic. It's good to have tools around. So this is the last part. I can still see in the last part, I have room between outside and inside. So if I wanted to, I could still go one in and use the rest of the stuff on the inside to keep the fluid from coming out. So, but I think I'll just leave it like this, as it will help. It will help. So there we go. And nothing's going to be in pressure inside to make it want to come out so bad. So pretty much that's it. So I've got my part done on the inside nicely. Okay, all threaded. And over here we got this part. We're good to go, ready to receive our tea. However, I can see that this is too high, right? So I've got two options. Is I could put a layer inside here to separate this and be still able to do my collection. And that's probably what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put a plastic here. So what this plastic will do is separate what falls through here, okay, from the liquid. From the liquid. How I'm going to do it, I don't know, but I'll do it and I'll let you know. But actually for right now, I won't do that. For right now, I'll just start with this. Okay, that plastic portion, I'll come back with it later. It probably would be a piece that, it would be a piece that I would cut from here, okay, or this part here, right? So that piece, when I cut it, probably that will be what goes underneath here, just to create a separation, so that when I come out later, I can get the nice fine, you know, I will get the nice fine silt like that, okay? That would come from between the layers. All right, so we will start with our moving process from one side to another side. All right, I'm gonna use my hands and I'm gonna wash my hands, so no worries about that. Okay, we're gonna start the transfer now. We get that guy down there. Okay, and make sure that it's not open. It's not open. We're gonna get this guy up here. Okay, nicely sitting. Yeah. And then we start moving the stuff over. We're gonna move everything over from here into there. Like I say, we have the bottom layer. We have the bottom layer that's inside here that already has a T. So we're gonna push the T over to the top. Okay, but it really doesn't matter too much because I need to have greens and all these other colors. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some greens, fresh from today, right at the bottom here. Okay, I'm gonna create the first layer. I mean, these greens are warm. They have just been cut like few minutes ago, and my guy just left. So there's my greens over there, and some of the green went in, which would happen, but that's no problem, because even if it's there, it will eventually be disintegrated. Then I'm going to put some browns, all just collected today from our garden. So we'll put some browns. They say actually your browns should be a larger portion, but for today we're not even gonna make it a larger portion because we have stuff in there already. Okay. So this is just to keep that layer there. The next, we are going to start taking these other greens. This has been here for weeks and getting heavy every day. So most likely, it's going to give me a little bit of problem pulling it out. All right, I was able to pull it out. Fantastic. Woo, look at those worms. So since those worms come from the bottom, I'm gonna tile this pile like this, where we get the kitchen scraps over the browns, and then all the other junk goes in, including the recent greens. So that's what the bottom look like. Okay. Now I have a lot of worms here, maggots, whatever you want to call them. A lot of them. I'm pouring this tea inside here. So this tea is gonna also filter as it's going through, so that at the bottom I have some nice tea. Whew. I got browns there, so I'm gonna add some green. As I'm pressing, I can hear eggshells crack. So that was a mistake I did in the beginning. I was not sort of doing much with the eggshells, because that's close to the bottom layer there. All right. I'm gonna finish up with the browns.
Over here.
That's the tea over there. I'm gonna get the tea and push it in there. And this is going to go to rest. I won't be using it, since I'll be using this from now on. I've already talked to the garden center and asked them for some earthworms, so those will be coming. When they come, they will probably go into a layer that's inside here, okay? Because that's where you have the dirt. So in other words, I will be putting a little bit of dirt to accommodate the earthworms in the first place, and then I will have on top there some other stuff like cabbages and stuff that they like. All right, whatever is left over. So that's our process, okay? And for now, I'm probably I won't do this in the future, but for now I'm going to lift this and put it up here so you can see that the tea is already dripping down. All right, I've just got it from up there, from down there to up here. This is what we just filled in today. Actually, in the bottom are greens that I put yesterday. Okay, just so we started with the grass cutting, then leaves, then what was already processing there, but it was a top layer which included a lot of celery and carrots, cucumber, whatever was done yesterday. Okay, and then some layers were actually older, so they sort of got flipped. So I might be sort of restarting the system. But at the bottom we have the tea. So I'll bring the camera closer so you can see the tea. Okay, that's a zoom. Okay, in the zoom you can already start to see the tea. And we're gonna zoom one more time. There you go. And that is our tea kettle. All right. So this is what they call the warm tea made by earthworms. All right. Warm tea. There you go. So whatever was there is now here, and I still hear it dripping. So it'll drip, and so once we get to a little bit above here, maybe we get to about here, yeah, the tea is ready for me to collect, to then transfer inside here. Yeah, so I'll transfer it inside here. So when I run my water from the garden, it will automatically siphon it and put it there, diluted. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my project. I've wanted to do this for many years. Okay, but I give myself excuse because I've not seen it done this way. All I've seen is what people the ready-made ones. So I spent a lot of times the last few weeks, last couple of months, looking at what people do in their gardens. So there's mine, and this is free. Okay, everything is free. That is free. That is free. That down there is free. All these are free. Everything that you see here, I'm sorry, actually, I saw one laborer carrying this. He was going to sell it somewhere. And I know he would have got maybe just 500 beza to 1 riyal, maybe $3. So I actually gave him 3 riyals for it, which is roughly about $7-8. I gave him 3 riyals for this, and I've already used it multiple times. But the other ones I just got for free. I got for free, and you can get them free because laundromats, any place that does washing, they have stuff like that. So you can see this is, for example, concentrated laundry softener bottle. This is perfume, detergent, laundry thing. So they would eventually throw them. They don't know what to do with them. And so people just pick them up, like I didn't. Somebody picked it up and gave it to me. But there you are. So actually, from all this, I only paid for the spout. Okay, I paid for this many years ago. What else did I pay for? The tools that I'm using. Okay, I paid for the tools that I'm using. I paid for this siphon hose. Okay, but for what I created today, these things are all free. All right. So all of these things, they're free. All of this, you can pick them up on the road to do this. You have knives at home, doable. With that said, thank you for joining. See you next time. Life in Oman Now.